All right, so good night, everyone. As usual, like, share, and subscribe if you think the content on this page, this football content for Trinidad and Tobago, is relevant and beneficial in any way. So I'd just like to start by saying, to the U15 team that is going off to play in the tournament that is upcoming, all the best ahead, and I know that there was a lot of uncertainty around even making the trip, and well, there's some issues going on with your head coach also at this point. But barring all that, just wanted to give the young men full support, let them know that we are proud of them and they've been working hard in camp, and now is their chance to go and shine. So forget all the issues with the TTFA and what's going on at home. Go outside there, do your best, play your heart out, and just enjoy the moment. So this kind of brings me to a point that I wanted to get to somewhat. I looked at the team and I saw that we had a lot of local base academy players, which is fantastic. I wasn't even aware that we had that many academies going. But that leads me to, what is the issue, or where is the issue from these U15 academy players making it to a higher level? I guess if I have to bring context to it, I've been trying to understand Trinidad and Tobago football for a year now, and really and truly I want to see what your thoughts are that could help this U15 team. Well, if this is U15, this would be probably the basis of our 2034 and 2038 campaign. These are the players. What could we do differently? And this is, we have no challenges with money. Let's just say that off the bat. We have no challenges with money. There's just the assumption that we're making. What do you think we could do differently or should be doing differently? Because we have academies, which is where we develop football. And I am probably one who looks at academy football for other countries, England, France, because they have those on YouTube, right? What are the issues with Trinidad and Tobago football from preventing us to have proper succession planning? And if given the opportunity, this is a question, if given the opportunity to you, what programs or what should we put in place from now to make sure that we have good teams moving forward? One example, and this is just something that Akini, somebody that I know well, explained to me today. Jamaica Premier League, one of their teams, Mount Pleasant, actually bought a European team, and they'll be transitioning some of their players into Europe that way. So again, this is something that really we need to think about and not just rush off with an answer and blame TTFA as always, which is very easy to do. But more than just blaming, what do we think we could add as solutions? Now, I know the TTFA always talking about money, and if we think about it, they have 3 games coming up in Trinidad, and I hate to check TTFA money, but if we fill out the stadium, we would be bringing in at least $4 million per game. And these are World Cup qualifiers. We are guaranteed to fill out these stadiums. So they could be bringing in at least or close to $12 million within the next 3 months. But again, they will always say they don't have money. But let's look deep, and it's kind of funny. One of the things that I do on work or help do on my job is investigations, and we look at root causes, and coming from root causes we come up with corrective actions. And when we're talking about corrective actions, we always say that anything you could think about, money not being the issue, let us talk about it. And then when we brainstorm, then we decide what makes sense, what is feasible. Because think about it, the TTFA is asking for money, as always, sponsorship, which is fine. But they never really come out with what's our business plan, what is our development strategy, what is our succession planning look like, how are we going to guarantee that these younger players are introduced, brought to good clubs, was the development like, basically. So this is me asking so that I could continue learning, because I know I have a lot of football savvy people who are not only watching Trinidad and Tobago football, but watch a lot of other football. Let's start thinking about what could be done to really improve Trinidad and Tobago football and get us going in the right direction. Now, none of this information may ever go anywhere after we talk about it in the comments, but I've seen a couple of things happening since we started talking and putting stuff in comments. So I want to believe that somebody is looking at the information that we actually discuss. So with that being said, let me know, and it's anything you think about, because recently I had the conversation with Dion Sosa about the issues where Intercol doesn't want people playing in the playing other football, so that is stifling development of our players somewhat, and obviously that's an issue. We talk about when players finish school or supposed to finish school, that the school is bringing them back, or that they don't have proper channels to transition into senior football. That definitely is an issue. So anything you could think of that we are losing players, that we are losing opportunities. Right now the CFU Shield is going on. It have a team from Barbados and a team from Martinique who in the finals. These are our neighbors. Venezuela is our neighbor. That is South American football. Should we be having more tournaments? Should we be bringing down more scouts, or more than just Republic Cup? Should we be... Again, I don't want to say, but I want us to kind of really start thinking about anything. I know in the short term for 2030, we're talking about bringing in all the foreign-based players that we could, as much as we could. But then when we get that, 2026, I say 2030, right? 2026, that's what we're talking about, getting foreign-based players. But more than just that, what are some ideas that you think, money not being an issue, we should be doing to develop our football and get it back onto the stage where it needs to be? I really need your help, because the more information you give me is the more information I'll be able to research and to understand and to bring back to the team. So continue to like, share and subscribe, and share this information with somebody so that we could continue building our Trinidad and Tobago fan base and really pushing the football, pushing the content, and improving our football. That's what I'm really trying to do. So thank you very much for helping me on this journey. Looking forward to your comments.